We'll get things rolling in just a few minutes. There's the referees for tonight: Viktor Listratov and Andrei Stepanov. And for those unfamiliar with the sport, you get two 20-minute halves. And there's a stoppage in the clock time. Now, every time the ball either goes out of play or a free kick or anything that in a regular football game you would see players take a couple seconds to line up and get a free kick going. These guys have to do it within 4 seconds. It keeps the pace of the game at a very brisk one. And more importantly, keeps the action moving, well, which goes along with the brisk pace, I guess you could say, but should be a treat in store today. Again, this is the inaugural season of the Baltic Futsal League. And Narva have made it to the finals of their domestic league 3 times. And most recently won it in the 2016 and 17 season. The relatively new club, only founded in 2014. So despite that, they have had a strong start to their team's hopefully storied history as they move along. And of course, now we're taking place in the UEFA Futsal Cup last year, well over the past last year and a half or so. Eight o'clock local start time, 7 o'clock for the other parts of Europe, unless you go more east, of course. It's just later and later. But away we go. Let's see how this one shakes out again. Narva in the orange. Rezekne will be in the black and black on white. First corner. Long rocket out, but doesn't get its way through. And for those not familiar with the sport, it's going to be a lot of this quick movement, quick passing, and some exceptional technical skills on display. And every now and then you might get a clean break one-on-one to either side, where the goalkeepers get a chance to shine. Now, you can actually pull, as you would in a normal football game, your goalkeeper all the way out as far as you want. But in futsal, you see that a little bit more frequently, depending on, well, of course, as with any other sport, there are styles of play that the teams want to capitalize on, what talent they've got on the rosters. Cleared out by Yelagovs. All the way down where Pulkinen will tap it out for his team. On the near side, Vysotsky. Over to Fedorov. That's such quick movement. Vysotsky right out in front. Chance for the first. Not going to get it this time. Keeper does his job. He does it well. Early stop from Sprukts. Kututsov couldn't get it through. Quickly rolled on to Vysotsky again. Gonna be manning the left side. In front of him, Yelagovs. Just off the side. Up close and in close opportunity. Keep things chugging along. Each team can get themselves one timeout. And subs done on the fly, as many as you want. Means that the transition from speed to speed and just keeping, again, the pace of the game flowing very nicely. And there's our first foul and free kick awarded. Now, it's not like in a regular football game where you get 2 yellows and you've got your red and you're sent off. Each team gets 5, and then what happens is you get yourself a little time with an extra man. 2 minutes or until somebody scores. So for those hockey fans, if there are any watching and listening, it's much like a power play in that sense. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy this sport oh so very much, because it is fast-paced. There's so much room to work with for these individuals. You get to see a lot of technical skills on display. And you've also got some bigger guys out there that can really rocket the ball. Narva at the moment in solid possession, working around the offensive zone quite nicely. Osmanov fills the gap in between him and Vedehov on the backside. Those two can provide all kinds of support. Osmanov to take the corner. Drilled in, was searching and hoping for Vedehov. It was just sneaking in behind. Bondar as well. Toss that out for his side. A couple players on both rosters that, well, although they haven't made their national teams or any championship squads, they're getting an opportunity here. Already seen him on a couple times and still on at the moment. Knainins, 88 in black. One of the older players on the roster, apart from some of the goalkeepers. Directing traffic at the moment. Osmanov gets it back. Flicked along, but out of play. Nobody there to keep the ball moving forward. Already a couple minutes in. Still nothing on the board apart from a couple yellows for each side. Yegerovs. Over and under. To Tarakanovs, but the other way. A beautiful stop from Bondar's, or rather not Bondar's, Brooks. That was Osmanov on the doorstep, but he was denied. From the back end. A bit of a dribbler. Almost gets through. But well within his rights as the keeper, making an easy stop. Get our first proper change. Sergei Shilikov's line out on the floor. Vistotsky getting a bit upset with himself about that one. Couldn't get that one through either. All kinds of pressure being put on by the Narva United side. Solid defending there, keeping it away from in front of the cage. Spreading down to make the play on that occasion. Almost a very poor position for a turnover from Yelagovs. His team have to get right back on the defensive side of things as Mitoski and company move it up. Mitoski waiting near side. He's got it now. Surveys what's in front of him. Terrific foot movement to find himself a little bit of space on the court. Oh, but a better transition game the other way. Almost leads to our first goal. Nothing doing as of yet, though. Picked off and almost ran all the way down was Cvetkovs. Still just the yellow apiece. Stotsky and his team continue to try and move forward. Hunt for that opener. Attempted rocket, but right out in front. Oh, off the post. A very, very hard angle to get that one from. Stanislav Bostrov with the attempt. Approaching the midway mark of the first half. Now, don't be fooled by just the 20 minutes. You think it's over quickly, but again, as you can look at the clock, every time the ball is stopped, the clock is stopped as well. Some near side keeping done right. Being a timekeeper in this game must be a heck of a job. Gonna have some strong thumbs and fingers throughout the course of a game. All the clicking of the stopwatch or mouse or whatever you're gonna use to tell time. Down the near side, looking to attack. Shilikov has that one poked away from him, so Rezekne will have a moment to collect themselves here. Yelagovs gets away from one, has some support in the middle of the court. Ilians doing it on his own for now. Lays it off. Long bomber goes well high and wide. Subs making their way on. The fresh line led by Roman Vedehov. Back to the starters. Osmanov back over towards the center, where it was Kutotov who will man that section of the pitch occasionally. Finds himself on the far side at the moment and transitioning back into a more defensive stance. And that's just how this game goes. 1 second you're up, the next second you're right back down defending. Opportunity to get our first, not this time around. Sharp angle, a bad one at that. And a change on the fly. Well, the goals are still big enough. I believe they're the same size as handball goals. Certainly looks like a handball goal. For those that have never graced the floor of one of these games. Just to give you a bit of an idea. Oh, it's a very close call. Looking for the redirect. You can't score from your own half, but you will see just that. Ball's being launched down from about the midway point and looking for just that little tap or deflection, much like you'll see in hockey. Just one little tap can cause the goaltender to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Or at the right time, depending how you look at it. Opportunity here. Oh, shanked right on the doorstep. Oh, a one-goal lead is squandered. But the opportunity for a bit of retribution, in a sense, is still here, but out of play. Crisis averted. Oh, what an opportunity. I believe that was Agul's on the doorstep. We'll see if that haunts him as this game goes on. Here are your shot totals as well. 12-4 in favor of Narva United, currently marching forward. Across the floor. Poked out. Corner coming up on the far side. Not going to launch that one forward. Opting for some quick, close, not quickly. That's certainly not a word. T-possessed. Slow things up, survey around a little bit. Mironov taps it along. Can't get a shot off there. In close quarters was Fedorov. But it comes back towards the point and a shot on target and a great save made by Arturs Brooks. Near side Agus. 27, the captain, rotating over towards the opposite end. And we get ourselves a whistle. Stoppage. Our first break in the game. It's the minute to catch our breath. Have a quick sip of water or whatever other beverage you prefer. As I've mentioned already, this is the first year of the Baltic Futsal League. So if you want to learn more, go ahead and check out, well, the website is a great way to start. You can find out about some of the times of the games, who's playing, where they're playing. Get some place to start with all the background info if you'd like to know about some of the teams and their histories. Absolutely loving the hat with the little bit of leaf on it from the mascot. Very cool. Home side have been on the back foot for a few minutes at times. And midway through this first half of play, a little set play was on the cards, but doesn't fall the way they would like to on the river. A creative opportunity, though, and that's one of the other things that makes this a sport just so entertaining to watch. Some of the creativity, just things you wouldn't see in a regular football game, of course. Number one, the speed. Just some of these little lofted passes. Or through balls like that. There are no offsides to worry about, so you can, in theory, just leave one of your players on the very back line behind everybody else and just pass them the ball up. Well, that's if you can win it. Being down a man certainly doesn't help with that. Opportunity here for our first. Rezekne tapping on the door. But it's Narva the other way. Losing possession, the keeper will grasp that one quickly and easily. Agos. A little creativity for you. Opting to chip that one to Yegorovs, but the two can't connect. Quick change coming up. The clock resumes. We move up once again. Osmanov. Support on the far side from Yegorov as the two of them attempt to get it towards the cage, but out for a corner once more. That statistic certainly in favor of the visitors at the moment, as Rezekne have to defend their net. Chipped up and out. Off a defender though. So a quote-unquote throw-in, which isn't really a throw. Another very cool thing about this sport is just how close you can get to the action as a spectator. Oh, a beautiful strike! Bottom right corner! Such power, much placement, beautiful tally, our first of the game. Mikhailo Romanov with that strike. If my eyes do not deceive me, it was a number 9 for Narva United. Ulyashev looked like a 9 on the back of the jersey to me. Either way. My eyes must deceive me as Agos plays it back towards his keeper. Long ball up. Well, a chance to equalize things here, but a beautiful defensive stance to prevent any more instant offense. Seven and a half to go. Now you can see the clock stopping once again. Taraknovs, oh, just wide. Courtesy of Egil's Yegorovs. Another look at it. Ooh, must have looked like it clipped the keeper as well. Pulkinen looked like he got a piece of it. Some would argue this is a young man's sport, and I would have to agree with him to a certain extent. The level of just speed, quickness, and agility required to play this at a high level. You don't want to be a big monster on the pitch. That could work in a lot of other sports, but here you need to be swift. And more importantly than anything, though, is technique. How well can you move those feet around? An opportunity, 3-on-2 the other way. Chance to get a shot off here. Defenders standing tall, boxing out the shooting lanes. Well, the transition play does not work very well there. It's going to allow the home side to get themselves a good setup here on the offensive side of things. See if they opt to go for a bit of a laid-off strike. Towards the corner. Keeper makes one stop. Shifted along. And the play continues. 6:25 to go. Tremendous pressure from Rezekne. They need to pressure as well. One goal differential is nothing huge to write home about. Usually you'll see at least 3-4 goals in these games, at minimum, depending on quality in the hall, of course, and well, who the opposition is and all those wonderful things, but bit of a riser there. Nothing too troublesome. Cvetkovs couldn't get it going for his team, so Rezekne have to get back in numbers on their own side. Slow build up this time around from Mironov. He sends it back towards unlucky 13. Bostrov. Bostrov still on the far side. Hounded by 2. Gets around both, and unfortunately for him wasn't able to place that on target, but Egelovs took a bit of a tumble there. That's a good sport to have very high socks or some knee pads on, because for those of you that have fallen and scraped yourself on these floors, you get some very, very bad burns. Just how sticky the floor can be and how much resistance it has against a sliding human body. Beautiful build-up. Can they finish off the sequence? Not this time around. Narva doing an excellent job, though, of controlling a pace of play when they're in the offensive side of things. Will they launch away? Not right now. Credit to the defenders here. They are staying close and cleanly close to the offense. Don't want to get too physical. Still plenty of fouls to give for both sides, but it's nice not seeing all too much pushing and shoving, but more technical aspects of the game. And right now, Narva hunting for that second goal. A real cracker on the first one. As this ball sails out of play. It's just under 4:20 to go. Mironov. Still with Mironov. Over to Osmanov now. Back across. Pace builds up quickly. So many black jerseys in the corner. Really not allowing the visitors in orange to get their offense rolling from that section of the court. We'll see if that changes. Either the approach or perhaps just getting the better of the defenders down low. Opting for some quick passes. Goalkeeper gets it, though. Near side, Cvetkovs. Grigoris Cvetkovs, to be exact. Final 3.5 of the first half. Let's see if Narva can do some more possession damage here. They'd love to get a second, though. One goal leads are just never safe. I don't care what sport it is. Like, to some extent, even 2 goals aren't that safe. And when you've got a fast-paced sport like this, you never know how many you're going to see. Rebounding well in their own end. Now the transition begins. Grigoris Cvetkovs, outnumbered by 1 man. Osmanov poked it free from him and almost garnered himself a bit of a one-on-one. As Nikolai Pulkinen directs his 4 men in front of him where and what to do. Under 3 now. Kutuzov back over towards Renat Osmanov. Little shove from behind. And Kutuzov will earn his team. Well, I thought it looked like they would have been awarded a free kick there, but our second timeout is taken. Each team gets one, of course. 1 minute of a little break. Again, if you need some water, if you need some other beverages, go ahead and grab those. Or go check out the Baltic Futsal, the website. Twitter, Facebook, any of those social media sites and apps that will allow you to get a little more information on not only these two teams, but the competition as a whole. And plenty of other games to be coming for this particular competition. Now, this is the last game and only game today, of course, but we'll have some more action in this particular competition on the 2nd of November, as Stalista will take on Gartu Pramogos. Yeah, BalticFutsal.com is where you want to go if you want more information. Ooh, opportunity for a tire. Not going to happen this time, though. Excellent attempt from Tarakanovs, but his team have to regroup and try once more. Long pass looking for the back door. Oh, but a potential one-on-one the other way. Oh, pass just didn't have enough zip on it. But a long bomber can't get through either. Tie up, foul. And no yellow shown for that, though. Or indeed it was. Missed that. 2 apiece now. 3 more and we get some extra offensive action for whichever team, well, does not have the 5. Quick substitution taking place for the final 2 minutes. Possibly see one more by the time it's all said and done, but gotta wait and see how that one shakes out. Grigoris Tsvetkovs will be taking this free kick as one of the youngsters mops up the floor, or gives the official chance to mop up the floor. Oh, a rocket right into the stomach. Curled over a little bit there was Bostrov, but he seems to be all right, moving around just fine. Quick flick on towards the middle. Ooh, couldn't connect on the snappy passing, but a turnover does lead to an opportunity. Turns away, fires, scores! A beautiful equalizer! Knotted up at 1. What an individual goal at the end of all things. Couldn't get low enough was Pulkkinen. And there we are, 1-1. Hands on hips. And all smiles on the home side. Rezekne get the equalizer. A low-driven shot. A little stoppage and chance for everyone to catch a breather. Get the approach and mindset straight for moving forward in the last minute and a half. Now, granted, this last minute and a half will probably take about 6 minutes or so, but you get the idea. A great time to equalize, though. Time winding down. There's still enough on the clock as well to get plenty more. Ervin's Krains there. Krainis, rather. Sorry, excuse my mispronunciation. Sometimes those little eyes just sneak up on you, or sneak out of you. Looking for a quick response is Narva. Almost had it as well. Long bomber back towards the keeper. Can they move up swiftly? Not this time. Turned over. Offensive chance the other way. Bit of a collision, but play moves on. Turnover, one-on-one opportunity, and chipped wide left. Oh, bad angle to be taking that with the right foot, but didn't have much of a choice there. Another look at it. Quickly moving up. Tarakanovs left it off for Krainins to deal with. And Krainis will park himself out right in front of the goalkeeper Pulkkinen. Across the court, opting to go down low or looking for that option. Free kick and a foul given almost at the midway mark. And with 55 seconds left, still got a chance for another. Long shot deflected up and out. Zhirkov. Back towards Bostov. Out of play. And it'll be a change in possession with 30 seconds left on the clock. Cvetkovs leaves it off, and it's going to be left out of play. Romanov will be playing it in. Mikhailo Romanov. One of the older players on the court today. Vysotsky, I believe, will get the... No, not Vysotsky. Reshetnikov is the oldest player on the court today, one of the keepers. Not currently in net, of course, but in reserve if needed. Terrific stop from the defensive side of things as Arturs Brox will leave that one out for the corner. Still 12 seconds, plenty of time to get a goal. Quickly shot on target, kicked away. Up the other way, 3-on-1. This spells danger, long ball. And just out of the reach of Krainis as he was streaking along the near side. Went out off a defender, it seems, as it will be played from the corner. 6 seconds to go. Chipped up into the air, back towards the far corner. Across we go once more, but that'll be all she wrote. First half in the books, 20 minutes down, and a 1-1 game. Zagos and Ulyashev have scored our 2 goals, and we've still got plenty more futsal to go. So stick around and stay tuned after the break to find out who takes the W.
Раз, хорошо, все. Только по проводам не ходите, пожалуйста. А я сразу
бей. Они слишком такой промежуток времени малого количества людей. На это
Коля, короче, если ты меня слышишь, я всех убью. Подсветку на кого кидать? Я мокрый мужской.
под дождем, что ли? Весь мир тебя слышал. Селфи не было ленту.
А мне по барабану, я и так пошатил. Да.
Говорите сюда.
Добрый вечер всем любителям футзала. Сейчас я задам пару вопросов вратарю команды ТФК Резекне. Добрый вечер.
Добрый вечер.
Как ощущения после первого тайма у тебя?
У меня очень закаленные, потому что очень получается часто так, что или не получается у нас реализовать свой момент какой-то любой, или получится так, что команда тоже не попадает в свои моменты, и в наши ворота тоже бывают.
Как ты думаешь, у нас есть перспектива на второй тайм?
Именно у нашей команды.
У ТФК Резекне, да.
Конечно, есть. И очень надеюсь, что все-таки у нас все получится как запланировано.
Желаем удачи вам. Спасибо.
Говорите громко и четко, отлично. До эфира я...
Добрый вечер. Представитель Нарва команды Юнайтед. Какие у вас впечатления от игры, от встречи, от города?
Спасибо большое за приглашение нашей команды на Baltic Club. Нам, в принципе, все нравится, организация, раздевалки и прием нашей команды. Что еще можно сказать? Зал подготовлен, судьи квалифицированные и все на высшем уровне.
Какие-то пожелания, может быть, хотите любителям футзала в этот вечер высказать?
Набирайтесь опыта, играйте в мини-футбол.
Спасибо вам. До встречи.
Welcome back, folks. Second half going to begin in just a few seconds' time. Officials and the players are right back on the floor. Let's get set and see who will take the majority of the points today. Majority all, well, we'll see how it all fares in the next 20 minutes. 1-1 after the first half of play. The Narva looked a bit stronger, I'd have to say, as a neutral observing party. More shots, more time of possession, more dangerous opportunities as well. Unfortunately for them, just the one goal. Rezekne came back from the deficit they encountered earlier on. Their goal was a bit of a beauty as well, practically a solo effort. Narva United with the ball. 15 seconds ticked off. Oh, make it 17. Great ball movement. Oh, trying to go center. Pockets picked. And up the other way we go. Home side. Get themselves the play in. Gonna leave that one behind is Kreines. For whatever reason, it is one of the easier names on either roster for me to pronounce, but I'm having some troubles doing so. We'll see if that gets better over the next 19 minutes. Aguls towards the back line where Tarakanovs will launch it across, out of play. Shilikov will tap it along, back to the keeper. And Pulkkinen will get things moving once more. Solo opportunity, sails well wide. Not sure if he was anticipating a teammate cutting past the back line there for a bit of a tap or a redirect. Just doesn't fall that way as Yegorov's 7-mans this side. Some quick transition. Allows the visitors to get right back on the offensive side of things. They stood on this, well, not this side. Of course, we've swapped sides as that one just sails just a little bit wide. Corner gonna go through. As per the official on the far side. Keeper got a piece of that, just enough to not allow it to sail into the net. That's all you can really ask for. Holding on is optimal, but optional at the end of the day. Narva will continue prodding for the second goal. Again, they got the opener equalized by the home side in black. Fedorov. That one's going to sail out. Play resumes. A beautiful defensive effort, but taking a bit of a tumble and massaging the wrist as well. Sergei Shilkov. Opportunity for Shilkov, but blocked away. Defender and keeper came out to challenge him. And now a 2-on-2 the other way. Trailers for both teams have caught up to the play as we take a look at the previous shot against Pulkkinen. A shot that did not come, I should say. Just too many defenders in the way. Fedorov, along with Postrov, just camped right out in front of the crease. We move along once more. Near side attack led by Romanov. Fedehov going to be pressuring. He wins the ball back, but it's a foul in the process. First one against the visitors in this second half. One to one in that category. Didn't see the full 5 in the first half. Little discussion between Kreines and Yegorovs. Makes its way all the way back over to Artur Brox. Yelagovs has it poked away, out of play. 2.5 gone off the time. A very near opportunity gone by the boards. Kreines right on the doorstep. That's where he's going to live and make his money. Wonderful defensive interception. Just couldn't get that second touch to fall for him. There's Vitaly Kututsov. with the defensive effort, his opposite number. Panakonovs gets things rolling. Shot on target. Denied, however. All of that in the space of 15 game seconds. Pulkkinen. Higher riser. Kept in. On the far side, an opportunity for a shot here. Can't pull the trigger first time around. Getting the extra pass, but one too many perhaps, as Osmanov was not ready for that follow-up where all he had to do was step in and launch it, but easier said than done from this angle, and there's a lot more court vision than the rest of the players currently battling for a second goal for their team. A shove from behind there by Kreinis. We'll get a second yellow on the side of the Rezekne squad. Pulkkinen. Long bomb up. And his opposite number out to play it. Sixteen and a half to go. Turned over, but possession is retained still by the visitors. They playing along. Right out in front of the cage and pulled away from danger. Arturs Brooks with a couple great saves in this game. Keeps it a 1-1 affair. Little chip gets in a dangerous area. Follow-up shot sails wide left. Oh, you could see the bench throw their heads back a bit there. An opportunity passed by with 15:52 to go. Another look at it. Had a lot of zip to it. Not enough, though, to curl its way in. That's ideally what you want, of course. Romanov trying to direct it towards the cage, but the pass courtesy of Fedorov doesn't quite make it to him. As a result, the Yelagovs will bring it up. Over to Tsvetkovs. Narva supporters letting their voices be heard throughout the hall. Rezekne still have plenty of time and opportunity to make a name for themselves in this competition. Drilled and deflected away. Up with some speed. A clear infraction of the rules, brought down rather heavily. Sergei Fedorov taking the tumble there for the good of the team. Stood up and rocked into. Little discussion between the three. Who, where, how, and why are we going to take this kick? Well, why, we know that one for sure. I was fouled. Well, who? That's still up for discussion. And where will this one end up? Long bomb right at the feet. Keeper's gonna go out and get this one. Let it sail out, actually. Thought he would keep the clock rolling there. Let his team set up in a slow manner, but they decide to play things out slowly from their own end. Conserve that energy for when you're actually looking to fire away. Challenge from behind, but play still continues. 14:55 to go. of a roller. And rolls its way out as well. Romanov attempting the shot. Won't count as one on target. That's for certain. Oh, some power behind that one. And again, this ball is heavier and smaller than a football. Can really get some excellent power behind some of these shots if you nail it just right. It won't fly quite as nicely as a conventional one, but go try it out for yourself. See what you think. Your city has a handball team. They probably have a futsal team. Although some would argue handball is the more popular of the two. My vote is, well, this is certainly more entertaining to watch. And by far and away, a much more accessible sport. I mean, it really is just football inside. Slight modification of some rules, of course. But you get the idea. Vedehov has that one poked away out of play. He'll keep things moving for his side. He's looking to spring free Vedehov there, but picked off. Searching for Kraines once again. Perhaps on the back heel that occasion. Very, very tricky play to pull off. But when you look at the speed and foot ability that these players have, well, it's not too far out of the realm of possibility. Little jawing back and forth. Long lobbed ball does not get to its intended target, but the home side does get another opportunity here. Tarakanovs will start things off. Kraines on towards the opposite side. Low shot. First save. Second can't do it. And a one-goal advantage for the home side. A tremendous setup there. Starts with an individual effort to just get a little bit of room. Vitalijs Agūs with the initial shot, but the follow through, the finish on the doorstep. And not much, nothing that Nikolai Pulkkinen could do on that one. Except hope, wait and pray that the strength of his arms and wrists was enough to direct that ball somewhere else. Unfortunately, it was top shelf. And, well, a one-goal advantage now for Rezekne. Agūs. Kraines doing his best to depossess the ball there, but it's going to sail down the length and earn us another quick stoppage. Now that goal was a perfect example of just how much mass the ball has to it. The kick save initially, now if that was with any other kind of ball really, it would have gone flying away. But just the heft that this one has, it allows for those rebounds to be a bit closer towards the net rather than pinging off somewhere into the distance. Quality stop there from Brooks. Vitalijs Agūs out towards the center of the court. Back down around. Little solo effort from Shilkov. Keeps his team in possession with 12 minutes to go. Oh, beautiful fake. Second opportunity. Can they pull the trigger? Oh, just over the bar. A creative setup there, going from down low back to up high. Oh, and that pullback, that was everything, or could have been everything. Really could have set up a powerful walk shot. Walk into it is what I mean. Not sure if there's a specific term for that in English. The one that springs to mind, of course, is a one-timer, but that's, of course, another hockey term. So that does not apply here. No sticks or skates in this particular hall. Knocked out. Home side are going to have to get back in their own end. Well, they can do so with some relative ease, though. Don't need to be sprinting around all the time. But when the ball is moving in the offensive side of things, that's when the sprinting begins. Both teams with 3 apiece in the fouls category. We'll see if we do get ourselves a 5th for either side. Would certainly blow this game right open, as that extra attacker can be, and usually is, a very large benefit. Just one man you can't cover. Long pass finds nobody. Stopped up. And this is the exciting part, the transition game, but a miscommunication. It's going to result in an offensive opportunity now for the team down by 1, Narva. Oh, a beautiful back heel, and what a finish as well. Top shelf, doesn't get any better than that. Sergei Shilkov with the goal. 2-2 now. Oh, that back heel was absolutely fantastic. The timing, the presence, the state of mind to know what's going on. Probably a scripted and written affair for this team. They executed it well. Now it's anyone's game once again. Right out in front. Chance for a third. Keeps holding and can't fire. Timeout taken. And Kindness has been all over the place in this game. A very effective man forward for his team. Still yet to be rewarded on the goal sheet, but very nearly had his opportunity. Or, well, he had his opportunity, was very nearly rewarded for it. Did his best to hold out and wait for the defenders to commit as much as he could, but it's easier said than done. A little talking to from the head coach, Vitalijs Voskans. On the other side of things, head coach Mikhailo Romanov. About midway through the second period, or second period again. Oh, fixated on the hockey stuff at the moment. Second half, as we've only got 2, and if you cut it in half, that's 1. Hence half. That's better. After our little timeout, chance to chat things over, and we'll see what comes of it. Right out in front, almost managed to pull the trigger with the foot, was Tarakanovs, but the other way. Big bouncer, second opportunity. Oh, bounces right wide. Defender getting in the path. Getting those knees buckled together, making a stop. A goaltender in disguise. Another look here. Back on towards the near side. Shilkov. See if they look to bomb this one from distance. Ooh, looking for a tip out in front. Just a touch on the toes would do enough to direct that towards the goal. It's a 2-on-4. Not quite sure where the rest of the team is. Just wanted to sit back and wait as that shot goes just a little wide. Not sure if it was the defender in front of him or just a shank off the foot. Either way, still 2 apiece with under 10 to go. Bostrov waiting on the back lines. It's heeled on forward. Scrapped up by Brooks, and that'll get his team some time to settle up. Edgars Tarakanovs. Yelagov's manning near side, 80 in black and white. Yelagov's one of the youngsters on the team. There's a couple of them, born in 2003. So you do the math. Only 16 years of age. Tarakanovs walks it up, but decides to pop it back with 9 minutes to go. All the way down towards the keeper, Pulkkinen. We'll just roll that one out rather easily. Calmly collected, no danger in sight. Tapped on. Shot can't get through, deflects off something or somebody. Or perhaps it was just the shanked opportunity. Looks like it is, as it's a goal, quote-unquote, kick coming in. Yegorovs. "32-year-old Egils Yegorovs. He's got the ball once more. Oh, flips it over. Beautiful stuff. Oh, tremendous pass as well. The finish left something to be desired from Kreinis, but I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt there. A bit of a riser, a bit of an off angle, left foot as well. 8:08 to go. But still 2 goals apiece. This one could very well end up in the final minutes of the game, determining who our winner will be. Kreinis can't get that one to go either. That's 2 opportunities for him. Wants the ball a little lower next time, or perhaps a bit slower. Those are the only 2 gestures I could make with those hands. Or get out of it, I should say. Oh, drop to the floor, shot on target, rebound is still there, but collected by the defender. I mentioned his name a couple times, Yegorovs, but his team back on the defensive side of things. You're going to have to weather the storm. Sneaking through towards the backside there was Kututsov, 17. Well, his team are going to have to get back anyway, as we have another little stoppage. You can see the one raise there for 4 seconds to play the ball. Whether it's gone out for a quote-unquote throw or a free kick, a foul, whatever Well, fourth one against Narva United now. Gotta be careful with the timing of these fouls as well. Don't want to get caught down in the last 2-3 minutes or so being down. Oh man, not the optimal way to try and win games. Long shot almost gets through. Wouldn't have countered if it had, but it just allows the offense to move up that much quicker. In some stride, here we go. Aguls has it depossessed. Back out towards the middle of the court. Near side, swing and a miss. The defender doing a better job. Getting down low to the ground was Tarakanovs. He does his job well. Ostrov cycles over towards the far side. See if he gets it here. Indeed he does. Ostrov. Bostrov. Oh! Close call. Brooks stretched out. I don't think he got a piece of it. Have another look. Doesn't look like it, but his team's still on the defensive side of things. And you can transition so quickly in this game. As that one sails out of play. Clock stopped. 6:35 to go. Again, don't be deceived by the 20-minute halves. We've already been going for roughly 25-30 minutes in this second half alone. First half was about 40-45 minutes or so. So in that respect, it's very similar to a regular game of football. And don't be fooled by my non-English accent. It is still football to me as well. Turned over. Shot on target. A brilliant stop from Artur Brooks. Artur's, rather. 5:55 to go. Up march the home side. Svetkovs. Back to Grigoris Svetkovs. He's depossessed, albeit just in terms of the flow of the game. His team still have possession for the moment. The one goes up, the ball is released. It's just that quick. They are not fooling around. Play on, says the ref, but the ball sails out. That will bring the clock to a screeching halt once more. Couple of subs being thrown on to the court now. Taking a seat for the time being, Mikhailo Romanov. As that shot sails up into the moon. Vitalius Aguls with the attempt. And Pulkkinen not having to do much other than just roll the ball back into play. In their own end, crossing halfway. The visitors hunting for a third goal in this game, one that would put them right back in the lead. They got the opener. They were equalized upon, and they did manage to claw their way back, though. Both teams. Back and forth game, equally matched as the score says. And after a rather dominating performance in some sense of the word in the opening half, in terms of possession and shots at least, and certainly what felt like the momentum at times, Narva have taken a bit of a step back. Rezekne have really muscled their way back into this game. It's anyone's at this point, as Kututsov will hold in his own end, send over to Sergei Fedorov, and that one will roll away from everybody. Keeper's going to help out his team a bit. 4:20 to go. Vitalijus Agus. He's got Kainis to his left. Is that little set play or intended a play just did not work out for the home side. Kainis pressuring. Forcing a bit of back and forth. Trying to cut off some passing lanes. He does just that. A whistle and a foul. 4 apiece now. Next one spells some trouble. A timeout taken. With 3:56 to go in the game. Grab some water. Use the bathroom. Do whatever you got to do. So as this competition moves along, keep checking out the website, Facebook page, whatever method you choose of remaining up to date and informed on what's going on. The Estonian side looking to get back in the swing of things. They've got 3 minutes and 56 seconds to get themselves that 1-goal advantage back. Whereas Rezekne looking to weather the storm here. You can sense that the Estonians are going to bring some firepower forward. Not allowing the easy passes to be made. Keeper out of the box. Nobody there to try and capitalize on it. There's one of the youngsters. That was Tarakanovs. It's another very cool thing about this sport is that young and old, anyone can really play. At least in the UEFA Cup, there have been some players under the age of 14, a 13-year-old playing with 28, 30-year-olds. It's terrific to see. It just makes it so accessible for anyone. You don't have to sprint and run long periods of time. You know, you're not out there for 90 minutes just jogging along. And the ease of substitutions and how quick they are with all these stoppages. Turned over opportunity here off the post and in! An own goal! Defender getting back in time, but Svetkovs has it go off his feet, past the outstretch, Arturs Broks. And just like that, it's 3-2. No opportunity there for Broks. He did what he could. Just unfortunate for him. And just like that, the visitors back out in front. No fault of the keeper there. Even though we may be fixated on him. And just unfortunate, really, for Svetkovs. He was in the right place at the right time to defend. But just the ball had different ideas. Had a mind of its own this time around. And there's still time. Interesting what kind of... I'm interested to see what kind of approach is taken by Rezekne. Will they be aggressive like they just were a few moments ago, where they had their keeper all the way down on the other side of the court, which, well, it can be a bit risky, of course. You leave one defender back to try and slow down the offensive side of things if, you know, the ball is turned over and there's a long shot or whatnot. We'll see if they try and intentionally get into some contact areas to draw that next foul. I fully expect the Estonian side to be very careful on that front. Final 2.5 minutes. Turned over, almost in a very, very bad situation. Ball is poked out. Looking to play this quickly. Wanted to launch it down, they do. And just a little off target. Ooh, first long throw we've seen of the day. You can see how much effort that took to throw the ball that far. The extra attacker on the near side. Back towards Aguls. Aguls once again. Chips it through. On the near side. Held up, stopped up. It's a goalkeeper out to play it. Strong challenges coming in from both sides. Ball is free. Shot gets blocked away. Aguls to collect. Like another yellow awarded. It looks like it's going to go against Narva as well. Not quite sure what the infraction was for, but certainly saw the card being drawn there. Their side shot doesn't get much going for it. Long attempt, and it sails through. Right between the wickets. The drop kick works to perfection. A fourth on the board for Narva. And with 1:27, well, I could say that's all she wrote, but again, with how this game works and the stoppages, and it's very, very possible to have, well, 10 goals scored in 1:20 seconds. Let's see what happens here. Keeper still out. They need those 2 goals. Well, it's going the wrong direction, though. Could prove costly. Almost turned over. Now forced back down into the corner. Some quick feet will keep things rolling. And then a very risky bit of business that. As back in the net goes Arthurs Brooks. .53 seconds remain. An opportunity for a fifth is denied. Brooks with a big stop just on the edge of the crease. Keeps his team still within striking distance, but it looks like Narva are just going to be content with killing some time here. Moving the ball around effectively, keeping it in bounds. That's the most important. with 30 seconds to go. A chance for a fifth. Chipped over. Oh, just batted off the line. Extraordinary effort from the youngster. Tarakanov's with a hero play. Shame for him that the game has already been decided essentially, but oh, what a stop there. A little friendly fire could lead to a goal, and oh, another save the other way. A replacement keeper comes in and does his job. He's the oldest man on the court, but he doesn't give a hoot. Reshetnikov spreads out those legs. Gets it in close stop. With 10 seconds to go now. Things are about to be wrapped up here, as Narva will take themselves the victory. They get all the points that come with the W, and they'll be very pleased with how this one ultimately finished, but a real close battle here. It wasn't until the last minute or so that we got ourselves a deciding scoreline. In the end, a 4-2 victory for Narva United FC over TFK Rezekne. And a beautiful game at that, fast-paced, had some goals, had some skills on display. The home side couldn't claw it out in the end, but the visitors do their jobs, they do it well. They take themselves the full amount of points, and we'll have to see how the table shapes up over the next couple weeks. But again, stay tuned on the website, Facebook, Twitter, all those social media platforms. If you're interested, they've got it. More information on the Baltic Futsal League and its premier year of competition has come to a close today. A 4-2 victory for Narva. Have a wonderful evening.
Илья, можешь меня пускать. Меня пускай, меня крупный. Сказали рулить? Так пока крупного.
Последний лидер.